All right, everyone. One moment. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another playthrough of FF4 Ultima Plus. Hope everyone's having a good day or evening, depending on where you are. So, one moment. I'm sorry about that. So, welcome back again. So, my apologies, chat, for not streaming last night. Technical issues with my computer, but all good now. So, before we begin, if you're new here, a thumbs up and a follow on YouTube greatly helps my vid get into the algo and helps me as we head for 100. And on Twitch, a follow and a sub would greatly help me there and the channel. And remember, for another 21 days, 3 weeks from today, if you sub, whether it's tier or prime sub, you'll gain VIP status. I may consider extending it. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Dan for resubbing. I very much appreciate it. So, if you remember last time, we got out of the underworld, we completed Lower Babel, and now we're going to be starting the upper half as we head for Rubicante. The reason why I'm not going to get out and have with Edge is because in a regular game, you're not gonna try a lot of the new stuff because it's still way above your level, and you'll likely die because you're not fast enough and you don't have the stats to match. But worry not, we'll be doing it. So let's get going. Just give me a quick second. Okay, sorry, so let's get moving. Okay, so I hear throwing spoon daggers does quite a bit. Probably does. Three Fandango souls. Comet. So, we're in the Tower of Babel, upper half. So, we make it through here as we would normally. So, remember, Edge has the ability to go through walls. So, remember that chest in Lower Babel that we couldn't get to? We'll be able to get to it now. You'll find out why this is here. It'll be used later. So pretty much this dungeon's exactly the same. And you got your balloons once again. Bomb is not here. It is not in this ROM hack. Don't try to spend forever trying to get it. And now, in this upgraded ROM hack, 8-Bit and Chili Faz has given Edge's Steel a chance at stealing a mythic. I think it's about 1 in 256. Okay. There really isn't anything interesting here. It's pretty much the same. High wind. Oh yippee, magic dog. Pyro. Yay, an abilify. This chest. But this time it isn't the full Mad Ogres. It's this fight. It is this fight. Another chance that you could pick up a Little Thrall. If you make that conjure continue to summon. This is one way once again to gain EXP. If you can get a few of them out, and just like that you get good gil and an EXP. And you get the Kotetsu as you would normally get. In the vanilla version, those 4 Mad Ogres, however, we already met them in the Cave 2 here. For that Ogre Axe. Yes, this is complete overkill, but I don't care. You see Rosa O'Kane Steele. Never thought you'd see that. We don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need that. So, there is a way to get to those chests. The Conjurer ones are pretty much seen in the Fey March on path towards it. Now, what are you gonna summon? A doll? No, another one. Okay. Bomb. One moment. I received something message-wise. Okay. Yes, the ice brand, the Arctic winds. So, if you go down here... Yo, welcome, Beastie Man. Hope your evening's going good. We got the gold hairpin and monsters. Once again, for those, well, thank you, Beastie Man. I appreciate it. Once again, my apologies for not streaming last night. I wanted to, but technical issues with my computer. But like I said, we're back in, fully locked in. The Asura. So, to get back, remember that chest in Lower Babel that we couldn't get to? Well, now that we have the party member that allows us to pass through walls, we'll be able to get it. And yes, Babel is open the rest of the game. It does not close and lock you out of it. That other way that's over there, that leads to an optional area that's locked. We'll come back to that with a key later. The Kaiser Claw. Arctic Wind. Arctic Wind. Take the Arctic Winds as you get them. Do not neglect them like I am. Boomerang. So, as you can see, the door that's right next to us, that door leads to an optional area that's new, that's got one of the super bosses. It is locked until the key will gain later. You could attempt to go up there, but you won't get in. I know some people want to see all the new stuff, so do I. Let's throw the Katatsu. Another ice blend. Take them. Sell them. It would seem no matter how fast we are, our enemies are one step ahead. It's as if we're not supposed to recover any of the crystals for story progression. Ice brands do make good throwing. So this becomes important later. Yes, believe it or not, we're gonna be able to use this to travel between both. What are we looking at ether-wise? Why waste a cottage? Once again, I repeat, the bomb cause spell is not in this romhack, so don't try to fight the balloons infinitely, hoping that you can gain it. I believe this will heal the screamer. Yes, it does. Wow, double firebombs. Very good. The gold hairpin is really good at this point in the game for females. Don't sleep on it. It is good. Oh, I'm really sorry about that. Normally, this chest in vanilla would be a crap ton of money. I think 50,000. But this time it's a ninja star, so no money there. So, we're getting ready for this fight. Edge, Mom, Dad, that you are well. Same here. Come. Yes, too well. It says to your grave instead of the underworld. Same thing. They are beatable even on a first playthrough. They each, well, I think she's got 40,000, he's got 60,000, but make sure you're scanning. Yeah, she has 50,000, he has 60,000. Yeah, I'm sure you will. No, yeah, 50. This will make short work of them. The gravity also works on them. The king, I've knocked him out already. Holy. I knocked them both out. Instead of having to go through that sad scene. Horrible. Hey, Rubicante, haven't we met before? I feel like we met in a previous game, but I don't remember which one. Wretched Louis, how dare he? Rubicante, you're paid for this. It was that filthy Louis who made chimeras of your parents. I know how you must feel. Oh, jeez. How dare you? I know you have the courage and my respect. A weakness? Let me show you how wrong you are. Then you gain Flood and Blitz here as you normally would. You brim with power, but will it aid you? No matter of cold can pierce my cloak of flames. So, remember, he does fully heal you. So don't waste time, do a quick save at the save. I shall restore you to full strength. And we have Rubicante. This battle is essentially the same. Scan him, I stole a firebomb. He's got 44,000. So, only Rydia needed protection. Speed. Silk web. So with speed, you no longer need haste. So here you want to use blitz. And then you want to use flood. And he's done. He's not all but too difficult. Now I see why your low GOP has struggled against you. Humans are strongest when they join forces. I admire you, warriors. Farewell. Rest in peace. Which means Edge Prince is now the king. By the way, who's Garbez? He holds the crystals in hopes of reaching the moon. So he's the one behind this, but why the moon? He seeks to harness an ancient cosmic power. Our goal is to stop him from obtaining it. That's been the goal, but for some reason, something keeps us from stopping him from attaining that goal. So this goes way deeper. Hey, Valio, please come back. Right. Cecil now also learns a new spell. So here he'd likely gain, if I remember, his 4th level spell. I'm not sure which one that is, but he would gain 1 or 2 spells here. So save it, even though there is a save right below. So go in here. Ah, it's the crystal room with all the crystals except for one. Nah, this is too easy. If we were to take them and retrieve them, we couldn't complete the story. A pitfall. I figured it'd be too easy. Ouch. Seems we've fallen down to the underworld. So, as you can see, The chest that I've already picked up with the Elven Bow shows that it's closed. I believe that is a glitch. It is, I've already received it, but it still shows it. Received M Cannon and another save. This is a decent spot to do some grinding. However, you cannot get back into this area. I probably should have taken all that. Make sure to take everything. Don't do what I'm doing. A wall. Firefall. Collect the items, don't do what I'm doing. You could use them, you can sell them for money. Make sure to be scanning. The reason why Bolt 4 does not, that monster does not absorb thunder, since it's a thunder skill, is because it's procced off the Dragoon Spear, so it makes it non-elemental. Whisker doesn't work. Once again, you're getting more ice brands. Get them. Plus, experience with some of the status changes. Charm, Confuse work really good, so does Piggy, Minnie. Remember, I repeat, and you know your status changes. And use silk webs on bosses, not slow. Silk webs do more slow in lowering agility and speed than slow does. And you get either a mythical or rare drop, the black robe. A pretty good piece of armor if you can get it at this point. I must have 99 M cannon, so we need to use one. That's medium cannon, I do. Silverman. So chances are you'll get mythos if you steal. M cannon. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. Move you up there. The Yoshia arrows. You get them early. Medusa's still gonna be better at this point if you're going with the bow for Rosa. Yay, I stole a magic dog. Whoopee. And you get another possible chance at another either mythic or rare, the Blitz Whip. Now, I don't believe you can get that lucky on your first playthrough that I am. My level being where it's at. Likely gives me more chance for enemies to drop more rare stuff than normal. A llama queen? Bet you I could steal the llama. Yeah, I did. And take another Kaiser Claw. I mean, if you want to spend time down here, you can get some pretty decent weapons, equipment. If you want to spend a little bit of time. Would I recommend it? No, because everything here can be bought, but if you can get maybe one or two rare things, it might be worth it. Quake. Yay, another abilify. Like I said, you can get some pretty unique battles that could be worth your time. Another whisker. Let's see if it'll work here on something. It did. So, we gain a Red Wing airship. Is this a new model? Let's take this baby and get out of here. That's stealing. So, hey, I bet she'd be happier with us than Galbez, so. Interesting how Edge just takes command right here. Isn't this a trap or something? Don't worry, I can smell a trap a mile away. Man, this is a beauty. Let's call her the Falcon. And how fast he comes up with a name. Fine, sure, Jessica. Okay, hi-ho, Falcon. So, let's get back in here before we move on. I'm going to show you to get that chest over here. I'll get that chest another day, another loot. It's a sneak ring. This gives you a chance to steal rare items. And it can be put on anyone. So you could put anyone as the ability of stealing. But now you ask, how are we gonna get out? Same way we got in. Done. I'll probably have to make some room later. So let's get out. No point staying in here. There's nothing here now. So once again, this airship can't go over the magma right now. Once again, a pitfall right before the crystals. I swear someone wants us to make sure that we can't retrieve them. We were worried. How did it go? Not good. We failed again. I'm sorry. I see. Galbez is trying to force open the sealed cave. It's a matter of time until he succeeds. What is it, Father? Give me your necklace. Yes, sir. This is the key to open the sealed cave. No one can enter without it. We must defend the last crystal at all costs. We'll try, but we keep failing. We'll do our best. But we need to be able to get over the magma. The airship can't get that right now. If you still want to buy stuff, I highly agree you do it, particularly cabins, mid potions, you're probably running low. The Elben Cave and Babel probably drain you out of heal stuff. Oh, and look who survived. Sid has survived. You call this food? How can you people eat this tasteless pile of Sid? You survived. You okay? Yeah, thought I'd go down that easy? Who's the old fart? Old fart? Who's this mannerless brat? I'm Edge, renowned prince of Erblin. He tells the truth, though his mouth betrays his nature. You mean my nature is a handsome, skilled ninja? Oh. The man is injured. Stop spouting nonsense. Sounds like your whip boy. Oh, shut up. This go-between with Edge. By the way, what's the latest on Galbez? The four fiends are no more yet. All the crystals but one are his. We want to retrieve it, but the Enterprise is on the overworld. We've obtained an enemy airship, but she can't cross the magma. Now it's my turn. You can't do anything without me. You must stay in bed, Lolly. Wait till you hear. pipe down and help me remodel the airship. We have no time to waste. He seems fine. He'd probably rather be working. And now he'll go back to sleep. And he'll be fine. Now you can fly over magma. He'll be fine. He just needs to rest. He must be really tired. He overworked himself. Thanks, Sid. We'll probably need you again one more time. Normally, you'll want to go in through the back way, but I feel going the front way is quicker, but that's personal preference. You could choose which exit where to land your ship, either the back or front here. So, we now have the underworld that we can explore. There are 2 optional areas. Both have bosses that are tied to one single boss, a couple of super bosses. Here in this cave, and we have the volcano, another optional dungeon that has a super boss and super strong monsters. You could attempt, but anything, especially the chest monsters, will likely kill you because it's stuff from the moon. So we also have this. So remember what I said in an earlier stream about the lunar gems that you can trade them? Well, we found the spot where they can be traded. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to make room. $29 globe 199s. That's gonna be very good for the boss rush. So, there's a cave here with a mage who's looking. I'll give you one if you got something good to trade. So, trade her the lunar gem and you'll gain all potions. That's the mega potion that restores HP to everyone. And you can keep getting them over and over. So it's a good way, if you're not going to sell the lunar gems or you have an overabundance, get all potions. Remember, especially during boss rush and super bosses, your items will have less cooldown on ATB so you can get more turns in. Just remember that. So, and she's always available. Be right back. Need to head for the men's room. I am back. Thank you for waiting. So, normally now you have the ability to head for the sealed cave, the town. Let's stop there. Even though this town is pretty inconsequential, it's just here. There really isn't much unless you need to buy stuff. That's pretty much the only reason. In the vanilla version, there were treasures here to pick up. But not in this ROM hack. But you can buy some pretty good weapons and armor here. Don't negate what you can get here. I mean, that's pretty good. The holy arrows, don't waste your money on them. The Medusa arrows you have will likely be better unless you don't have anything else. And the armor, of course, all the diamond stuff required for one of the bonus dungeons since diamond resists lightning. And you can buy the Vamp Fang and Zeus's Rage as well if you want those. But what I would recommend you do, buy stuff at the Faymarsh. You're gonna get better stuff there. There is nothing in here. Don't spend a lot of money here. If you want to talk to the dwarves, you can. Yes, we have the Sylvania cave too. But we'll go there later. Would I recommend you going there now with a full party? You can, although you can't complete it totally. You can pick up all the treasures, and there's quite a bit of good stuff in there. But we're gonna go to the Fame Marsh. We'll probably play another half hour. But you're free to go wherever you want. The Fey March, or the path to it, is a great place to grind. The conjurers are here. The strongest monster that they can conjure is the Clapper Snake. The Esper's Passage. I passed through here on my way from the Fey March. Let's go there and ask for help. So, once again, use float, and in this ROM hack, Rydia has float. Don't use Rosa's one if you can avoid it. Only because Rydia can use Psych. So, these arachnids, you can steal a whole bunch of silk webs on them. And you can do it multiple times. Just float yourself and they'll really not do anything. So if I steal again, you could keep going. Welcome back, Beastie Man. Received an elf cloak. Received wind slash. You'll get some pretty decent stuff in here. Then fast edge and have him just go to town and steal silk webs. That quake ain't doing anything to us anyway. And within a matter of 30 minutes, you can actually pick up probably 50, 60 silk webs. Just be careful of the fiends. They like to do a lot of confusion and charm. If you don't kill them. Stole a stop sign. Try to see if you can get something. You steal a whisker. Make sure once again you're scanning them, scanning everything. The curse status change, what that does is it weakens your physical attack. Pick up a whisker and a piggy stick. Charm arrows. Charm can be good. It's just until you can buy them, Medusa's gonna be your better choice. Make sure once again to use Rydia's float, not Rosa's, since she can recover MP with Psych. This is one of the key spots where you can pick up those silk webs, which tend to slow enemies better than slow itself. And stole another one. And you gain a Gaia's drum. And another Gaia's drum. And a Stardust. Make sure you're gaining the conjurers, making them summon stuff to level up. It's very important. Ice and wind. Arrow. Once again, scan. Holy and wind. And I pick up a remedy, pretty good. Although you can buy them more or less now, so it becomes less prevalent if you're getting them through drops. At this point, you should pretty much have enough remedies to where you don't need abilifies and heals. Especially once you can buy them. Okay, so the conjurer. Let's see what it summons. Summons that enemy. You want the clappers to be summoned. You'll gain quite a bit of experience if you do. So what Abilify does is it'll heal everyone through certain status changes. The Conjurer can be silent. Make sure if you're going to do a full run and trying to get him to summon what you want, silence him to keep him from using stop and gravity. The Yoshia arrows. flash bomb. Sold. Blizzard Spear and a remedy. High potion. Couple of hooligans. Let's throw a spoon dagger. That'll do tremendous damage for throw. Now, you're gonna possibly get pretty much a lot of curse strings. There is a way to make it easier to make enemies slower. But you have to bring down Cecil's speed, since the monsters match his agility stat. So you're essentially hobbling him to give you an advantage. The curse ring does absorb elements, or it did. I believe it still does, even though it doesn't show. Grimoire, Ninja Star, Light Veil. Let's use the Grimoire, no point holding it. Well, yeah. Lovely. Stop sand. Does Whiskers work here? It does. Pretty good. And we got some really good stuff here. I wouldn't expect you on the first playthrough to get this type of good stuff. Due to my level being where it's at. It probably will take a little bit of time for you to be able to get this right now. So don't rely on what you're seeing here with me that it'll happen to you. Whisker. This is usually the defender's soul, but it's the Kikuchi this time. The defender's soul's been moved elsewhere. So, we've made it. We're in the Fey Marsh. However, I want to get out and use some of my items I'm holding right now first. Stops and let's see if we can get a whisker to work here. Nope, it's immune to instant death. Not really that sharp. Elf cloak, which is just protect and shell. Weak heals. How many arrows does she have left? Still 21. Okay, get rid of this. I don't think we'll do Ashura and Leviathan. We'll probably just fight down here a little bit before I stop for the night. I've got something I need to do. Plus, an announcement is upcoming. Unless chat wants me to stay on. Scan, weak versus wind. Sleep doesn't work. That gaze is annoying. Pretty much, unlike in the vanilla version, you couldn't throw the blizzard spear. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can now. Worry not, you can buy it. Lydia, you're back. Well, on second thought, let's go ahead and just pick up everything. Lunar Gem. When they say you're the first humans to visit here other than Rydia, that means that humans haven't been here in who knows how long, if ever. High Potion. You're the only humans to visit other than Rydia. So, too colder than a hot fire, who's not on but might be looking. The rat's tail is here. That'll still be turned in. Elixir. 12,000 gil. Come down here and pick up the full chest. Yoshi arrows, Yoshi arrows, Yoshi arrows, the Yoshi bow. Now that you finally have enough of them, you could possibly switch that off from Medusa. Once again, don't lead down the south exit. That'll just take you out completely. Unless you want to. I wouldn't call this the Summoner Village, it's the Feymarsh. Yes. There's quite a bit cost and sleep, but worry not, you get free sleep in Rydia's house. I'm gonna show you what you can buy here, and it's really good stuff. Sup? Why? What? Ain't you ever seen a talking chocobo before? Ruled by the King of Vespers and Queen Ashura. Yes, I know. So, this is where you can buy some of your great armor. The Angel's Shield, always good. Strength Rings, Chocobo Helms, Gold Hairpin, Dark Hood, and Elf Cloaks. Buy what you need. The Angel's Shield is particularly good as usual at this point. Since you're not dealing with anything that does thunder, the Angel's Shield will be better suited there. You also have the basic Ramath Shiva Ifrit shop that Kaipo had. But the real value is the weapon shops. Yes, I have to beat the queen to talk to the king. So, here, you can buy the Elven Bowl, Charmels. You can buy the Lilith Rod. The Aura Staff, which I believe is the is named differently in vanilla. It's the silent staff. The aura staff is that. And you can buy Elmos, but the key thing here is Lilith rods. And don't mistake the Lilith rod as such a weak rod still. It is still very useful for your black mage. But if you come over here, you can then buy a lot of the great weapons. You can buy the Ice Bland. They're all expensive. The Blizzard, the Golgan Sword, the Ancient, Ashura, Kotatsu, the Assassin Knife, and Crescent. Yes, the Ancient Sword. It's very expensive, but you can spend. And I would highly recommend, first playthrough, that you pick up some of this stuff. Likely what I would recommend, you probably have enough ice brands from your trip through Upper Bab-il. Pick up the Ancient Sword. That is a pretty good sword. If you want another Golgan, buy that. Pick up another Assassin's Knife. That is also another good buy. So it's going to be up to you what you want to buy here. Yes, the rare items, the Golgan Sword, the Medusa Sword, the Lilith Rod can be bought here. And everything stays the same no matter what, so worry not. You're not going to get locked out of buying those. Are these your human friends? Yes. No, I've seen a talking chocobo. So, Rydia's house with baby monster. Somehow she attained all potion, X potion, and a safe spot like usual. This is why don't spend 1200 gil at the end. Use a cottage or a tent. Save your money for buying the equipment here. The Golgan Sword, the Medusa Sword is still a good weapon right now. So is the Ancient. For armor, once again, what I would recommend, Angels, get the Sorcerer to help out Rosa, because you probably don't have anything more decent for her at this point. Well, colder than a hot fire. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. As I'm just in the middle of recommending what you should buy. Get another gold hell pin for Rydia. You already have one. Put the Dark Hood on. That'll give you some good status protection. Those would be my recommendations. Also, how are you colder than hot fire? But the real gem is here. This is the treasure trove of good weapons. Very pricey, but a good treasure trove. The Medusa Soul, once again, I highly recommend. If you want another one, buy it here. Buy another Assassin's Knife. You'll probably already have both of these, and you make sure to pick up an Ancient Sword, because that likely does silence or sleep. You probably have plenty of ice brands, so does the Blizzard Spear. So, what I'm going to do is get out, because I'm going to show a new spot, something that's only unique to this ROM hack. And I also, colder than hot fire, you asked in a previous stream, if you're there, I have the rat's tail. I'll just run back through with encounters off. So, here's the new area. I've already been here, but for you, I'll show you this. I said this in a previous stream. I don't know if you were here for it or not. But the lunar gems can be traded, and this is the spot where the mage is. To get all potions. And you, like I said, you can get as many as you want. And since the Omega Potions restores HP on all, makes them really worth it. So that's one new area. Second new area is over here. It's one of the bonus dungeons. But we'll go in. It's the volcano. There is a super boss here tied to one particular boss. But a lot of the stuff that's being guarded here are enemies from the moon. So this place may be a little too strong for your team currently. Although I did go through at least this first one on a first playthrough, you could possibly do this, but I wouldn't go any further because you're not going to be able to survive. The random battles aren't that hard, it's what the items that are being guarded. See the description for the link to the patcher. All you need is Final Fantasy II US ROM hack that you can download from any site, and then just put it in. It's very simple. Make sure it's, and I'll probably say this right now as well. Yes, however, they have an auto patcher. You don't need to download a separate folder and then use Lunar IPS to patch it in. And they have the guides on there. They have just about what you need. It must be a regular FF2 US ROM hack. Unlike T Edition requires the Japanese one, version 1.0. And you can go to any site to download it, put it in, it'll patch it, then you can add any of the optional patches. This is actually easier to patch than T Edition is. Because the ROM hack needed is pretty simple to find. You know what? I'll show the first battle. Let's throw a spoon dagger. This is probably the easiest of the battles in here. But let's do it because you could possibly do it if you're around 30 to level 40, 45. You should be okay, but this is still difficult. So, you've got 2 dragons from the moon. The fossil and bone, both very difficult right now, but you can win this. Make sure you're scanning. And if they try the wall, use that, he'll do curse. You should be able to get them. without too much. We'll be coming back here later for the rest of this. Experiment with status changes. They should work. And all you received is an elf cloak and an ethereal mantle, which isn't that bad. It's kind of a mini prize. But it's nothing spectacular. And if you can steal a dragon shield, that'll be a very good shield. It's just a regular battle, that's why. It gives you more money down here instead of experience. I'm not sure why. It's tough, but it's not that tough. I'm not gonna do the next treasure, but I'll show it. Actually, let's walk around and get through here so I can show this. The regular monsters, they're nothing. They're easy. Another flame sword. We'll come back in here for the treasures. Mostly just Soma drops gold apples. Still, the ethereal mantles, no physicals, looks really good with a certain party member. Although you can buy them, they're quite rare right now. Now, I wouldn't expect you to be getting as many flame swords as I do. Why? Because your level isn't high enough. The appeal here is not of the garden variety monsters. However, you know what? For the sake for you colder than a hot fire, I will show that chest, but I won't pass it. We'll pass it later, but I want to show you what's in it. Because I've seen in other playthroughs that people attempt to try to do that now and end up dying really quick. Good, another firebomb. Oh, we picking those up fast. So, there's a save point here, so why would there be a save point? Because of that. This is no joke. I can win it now. It's because I'm way over level. I will show it, but we won't pass it now. We'll come back here later. Because you wouldn't attempt to try to do this on a first playthrough at this point. So, we've got 3 white Ds and 3 red Ds. We've got dragons from the moon. And you ain't ready to be able to defeat them at this point. If by some reason you can get lucky, that's great, but I highly recommend you not do it now. You could possibly slow them. That might actually help. But they'll likely still knock you out because you have to deal with 6 attacks, 3 from the red and 3 from the white. If you thought that first fight was easy, that one's harder. But there's still more. I don't need those. So, we've got some enemies from 5 in here. And the magma golems in here. The boss from Lower Bab-il. So there's a hidden treasure here that you can't see, but it's here. Lots of liquid flames in here. And it's down here. We'll come back and get that later. Save point here. There is another trap chest in here with 2 liquid flame dudes that'll give you the glass smash. The rare item from the faces in the lunar coal. it is now an item that you can get early, which ends up being one of the best helmets in vanilla. You can get it here. But if you go up here, you're gonna see a sold. And when you try, it says sealed by an unseen force. There is a super boss here, but you must defeat a certain super boss in order to unlock that. So that's why you come back. So that's one new area. We'll head for the other one. So what we have to do here is we have to walk the long way. You can bring the hovercraft down here and use that as well. So this is the magma cavern. There is another super boss here. It looks like you can beat it at any time, however, I would not. You will likely die. Once again, the monsters are nothing special. What makes Edge good is speed. Supernova. Lancet. He also has Comet. He's got quite a bit of stuff. Now, you can get that later on through a special thing post-Giant. We'll fight this one, because we get some early marbles. And marbles can be put to sleep. You should be able to get in here and defeat this pretty easily. Curse, which weakens the physical attack. Make sure to get your scans in, because this stuff is from the Sylph Cave. Stole a heal. Because here you can get the Dark Hood, which is very good, and you should be able to pull it off. So the Dark Hood prevents sleep. Just like the headband prevents confusion, charm, this prevents sleep. We'll pass that because you should be able to do it. So what do you think so far, colder than hot fire? Let's do encounters off because you're not going to get any newer monsters in here. You see there's a door here with a save before another door. Make sure you pick up the stuff from the pots. You can get some pretty decent stuff. A time egg. Monsters in here are pretty much what you've already fought. There's nothing surprising in here. The diamond armor, pretty good armor. Don't sleep on that. A light veil. You'll find use for that soon. So, with that, we enter the magma ruins. It looks like some kind of castle that sunk. So, as you can see, we have something over there. This is one of the super bosses that is not tied to a certain super boss. In the older versions it was, in the newest one it's not. But it is very hard because it does crush. So this is monsters. It's a chest. And what do they have? Toad won't work on us. Mateo. And what do you know? We get the ancient soul. By now you should be having enough remedies to where you don't need the heals or abilifies anymore. So the ancient soul used to cast Be-Devil. It evokes ancient curse. And it's very good. And all of this should be winnable at this point. So this is something I would recommend you go through on a first playthrough. I would not recommend that boss. If you want to try your hand, you might be able to win, but I guess I could show it. But we won't do it now. Let's see, so this is a save point. I know it looks weird, but it's a save point. Let's see if we can find it. It says leave me alone. No, okay. So when you're seeing this, means that it is still tied to a certain boss. I believe you actually need to pass the giant before I think that becomes active. So, that is the second new area down here. So you've got 2 super bosses down here to do. So there's also something else. So they've made the underworld a little bit more connected. So there's a cave over here. One that you probably could have gone to once you finally got the airship, but you could have gone to this cave when you first got here. There are no monster fights in here, but you do have 2 treasures to pick up. Oh, there is a monster in the chest here. That's right. There's no random battles, but there is. But you should still be able to defeat this. It's just 5 warriors. If you've already been to the path to the Feymarsh, then you should have no trouble beating this. And yes, mini works on them. Lancet. Pyro. What I got is actually very, very good. I wouldn't expect you get this on a first playthrough, but this is where you'll gain the Blizzard Sphere. Instead of in the Tower of Babel from that chest, you gain it here instead. So I would recommend you actually walk, pick up this stuff. You should be able to do it when you first get here easily. And that's about all of the new stuff down here. There was also this. I should show both of you. Remember that chest? Ta-da! We can get it. I showed this earlier tonight. But you needed an edge to be able to get it. So, just a little known thing. That gave you the sneak ring, which allows the chance to steal that can be equipped on anyone. And you will not be locked out of here. Unlike in vanilla, even when the tower is glowing, you'll still be able to get in here. So worry not, if you miss something or you want to fight for something, you can still get in here at any time. The only other change from vanilla is the fact that, unfortunately, with the airship, you can no longer land in front of the Sylph Cave. You must land over here and hoof it by foot. So yeah, you could walk all the way and get that from the castle. Just come up here, come around. So those are the new spots down here. But we're here for the Fey Marsh and Sylph Cave, and you could do Sylph Cave after the Sealed Cavern if you want to. You'll gain more experience with one less party member. That's up to you, but you can't complete and get the summon without being able to get back to the upper world. So it's usually better to wait until you progress the story to get the drill on this airship. Alright, I think we'll stop here. I played over because I felt once you came on Coda that you should see, because you were asking for new spots. You wanted to see some of the content, well, it's down here. And you're right, those dragons, the fossil and Dragonborn should give more experience, but compared to the 3 red Ds and 3 white Ds, which will give you a lot, that's a regular battle. So it matches. I know it doesn't sound like a lot. But let's do a quick fight before we end. If you have any other questions, I'll be glad to answer. Plus, I'll have an announcement before we end in regards to a stream later on this week. I forgot I need to turn encounters on. I just want to waste that whisker. Okay, so this is well end. I'd like to thank everyone who came out to join me. Join me tomorrow as we continue with the Famos and we get ready to fight Asura and Leviathan, which you should be able to do on a first playthrough whether you're in vanilla or not. So, the announcement is likely either Wednesday or Thursday. I haven't determined yet. Climax has asked me to play an unreleased romhack live with mods that I've agreed to play live on stream. So more info will come when we do that. We'll likely begin with that because it's like 20 minutes. So that's coming up on top of continuing Ultima Plus that same night. More info will come on that. So if you're still here, do you have any other questions? And I would highly recommend you get just a basic US Final Fantasy II ROM, download it, and patch it through the link I put in the description. And play this game. Because I think you'll like it. If you liked this game before, this shouldn't change what you think of it. So, if you're still here and watching the live stream, a thumb up and a follow on YouTube would help this vid get into the algo and help me as we head for 100 subs. And on Twitch, a follow and a sub there, whether it's tier or prime, you'll gain VIP status, would help me. And also, if we can get to 100 subs on both YouTube and Twitch, I will put the camera on and show who's really behind the voice. So, you all have a good night. I don't feel like rating someone tonight, so we'll close out. So if you're on YouTube, you all have a good night. I know you already know Beastie Man, so it won't surprise you. So you all have a good night, and this is Soa